Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awaken to Happiness Now. I'm your host, Shefali Burns. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm so excited to have on the show my good friend Amy Flynn is here and with the collective. So it's going to be a fun show, a high energy show. So I would suggest everybody get their water and find a comfy seat. And I just confirmed with Amy that yes, she's going to be taking callers' questions as well. So you can hit star 2 to raise your hand. But for those of you who don't know Amy and the collective, let me tell you a little bit about them. So Amy is a facilitator of consciousness, change, and transformation. She embodies a loving energy and spreads instant joy through channeling her connection to higher source that can be felt in the loving energy she radiates. Known as a business and people healer, Amy quickly shifts people into a higher vibration of love to move and awaken you to remembering who you really are. She shifts and empowers those she serves to engage joyfully and powerfully with life so they experience manifesting success after success. It is her passion to awaken others to the infinite, abundant, powerful, and all-knowing aspect of themselves. Amy acts as the voice channel for an expression of non-physical source consciousness known as the collective, who lovingly transform all they teach and interact with. The collective are multidimensional source guides that Amy considers the larger non-physical aspect of herself. Amy has been channeling and connecting with the collective since childhood and only recently gave them the name of the collective, since referring to them as my larger part was a bit of a mouthful. And the collective are infinitely wise, loving, always joyful, and along with Amy, absolutely committed to everyone's expansion and evolutionary growth. Amy is a creator of many powerful programs, including the paradigm-shifting Call of Your Being series and From Chain to Freedom. Meditation is at work, including the Money Reiki and Receiving Energy Alignment meditations, Ideal Body Energy Meditation, and the Instant Joy process. Amy has channeled the process to completely clear trapped emotional energy from the body that quickly produces astounding results in health, well-being, career, relationships, and clarity in life in just a couple of sessions. Amy also publishes the inspirational e-zine Energy Currents and appears regularly as a transformational teacher on radio shows, telesummits, and on the Global Teleclass platform, uplifting and transforming audiences worldwide. So, Amy, welcome to the show.
How to get the mute off. Hi, thank you. I put you on mute so I could dance around when the music came on.
Oh, cute. Yes, Amy's so full of energy.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I am so happy to be here. I am like, my energy is like so high. I mean, it's like really, it's like I'm receiving and channeling in all of the super powerful frequencies that are here right now. I mean, we're in a very, very powerful high energy week as we're building up to this full moon, and it's like the energy is like really intensifying. That's why all the stuff's going on in the world. Most people have no idea how to receive this energy, allow it to flow in them, and to transform it or turn it into something that's supportive, that feels good, that energizes them, that nourishes them. And what happens is it's uncomfortable, or their level of consciousness isn't able to handle it, and so they feel agitated inside. They feel that it's inner chaos, and then they go and interact with others, and they clash. And so groups of people that do this clash with other groups of people that do this. Countries that have groups of people that are doing this clash with other countries that have other groups of people that are doing this. And that's why we're seeing all of this stuff building in the world right now. It's not a coincidence that it's happening all now. It's in line with the energy, totally in line with the energy. So anyway, now that I said all that wonderful energy is going to be working for positive, good stuff for us tonight, which is
wonderful.
Excellent.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you know, Amy, I realized as I was doing your introduction, I was perfectly fine before, but as I was doing your introduction, I found my throat to be, I don't know, strained a little bit, and even now it's a little bit scratchy, so it must be the energy, because I was perfectly fine.
It definitely does. Now, when you said it, what does it feel like? It feels hooey?
A little strained, it's like I was really straining myself to do the introduction.
Yeah, that's actually that's happened to me sometimes when I'm speaking. Like if I'm speaking at something, I'll notice, especially if I'm doing like a program or something in the collective, is going to be channeling, or sometimes if they are channeling, I'll notice that the body, like the throat, will get really kind of weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the throat chakra. It's the energy. The throat chakra isn't opening enough to allow through the amount of energy that is pouring through right now.
Right.
And so just if you can yawn, that will help, and or just kind of open your jaw and just kind of just like think or hold the thought that I'm just allowing all of this energy to just flow through. Because what's happening is the energy is more intense. It's like built up to an intensity level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just yawned, and I had to remind myself to cover my mouth because I'm on camera.
Oh, you can wave to everybody. That's all right. I'm saying that you can yawn, so I'm giving you permission. So if you do.
Yeah, no, I did, and you're right. That does make a difference for sure. I mean, I can still feel it a little bit, but I know the more we go through this call, and the more I just allow the energy to flow through me, the easier it will get. Right? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, because what happens is I kind of like I amplify and focus the energy that's flowing. So it's almost like a magnifying glass focuses the sun. I focus the energy frequencies that are flowing right now. And if you resist them, you're going to feel sort of strange things happening or not happening, but sensations would be a better word. If you allow that, you're going to be taken to a higher level. You're going to be moved by it. You're going to be expanded and you're going to be moved. So the best thing to do, and this is for everyone who's listening, is just drink the water, relax. Whatever you feel, just feel into it. Feel into it. And just know it's energy moving. It may be energy releasing within you, blocks that you've been holding, stuff you've been holding in your body, stuff that you've been holding in your mental thoughts or stuff that you've been holding. So if stuff comes up, just release it. Just let it be. Go into it. Don't push back on it. Don't try to suppress it. Don't try to ignore it. If you get a pain, it will definitely subside. In a few minutes if you just let it be. So just that's the best thing I can just say.
Yeah, and
we are vibrational. We are energy. So.
Yeah. And we all know, Amy, from my show that me yawning is totally normal, and it just means the energy is flowing. I'm processing, so it's all good. If anybody else is feeling that as well, just go ahead and yawn, stretch, breathe into your field some more, and drink water. I have my water here, so I'm going to be drinking water as well. And I think Amy is chewing on ice chips, right, Amy?
Yeah, well, I am, and I'm drinking water both. I just drank a whole bunch of water, and I have my ice. So yeah, I love doing the ice because it's not only the water, but the ice itself, and for some reason the act of chewing it and the shock of the cold seems to be very grounding for me. So yeah, so if I start to get too into the energies, I kind of have the ice, and it just kind of brings me back into my body and all that, and grounds me. So it's great. It's great. So yeah, because I'm going to be bringing through the collective. They are so eager to speak to everybody. And they have, I have no idea what exactly they're going to cover, but I just can feel this eagerness, and I can feel the excitement. I mean, it's like I feel almost like this little eager, happy child, like in my belly, just saying, "Oh, we want to come out and play. We have so much that we want to say. We want to be with everybody." So,
Amy, when the callers are asking questions, it's the collective that's going to be answering them, right?
Yeah, most likely. I mean, it depends. If they call when I'm speaking, and it's me, then I'll answer the question. If they call once the collective is out channeling, then the collective. So it's really their preference. If their question, if you ask the question and the collective's been speaking, the collective will answer it.
Right.
So but anyway, I know that the topic I was guided to address for today is our connecting with our divine, actually reconnecting, because we're always, or reawakening the connection. A better way of saying it is reawakening our knowing or our experience of our always connection to our divine nature as infinite creator and receiver. I hope people followed that. Because it's like the connection's never lost. The connection's always there. It's that we lose our awareness to it. We block it through our focusing on other things and falling into frequencies that don't allow us to experience it. When I say frequencies, I mean vibrational alignment or vibrational frequencies. And because I should probably address this just so everybody, we're all on the same, page here. We are vibrational energy. We are vibrational beings. We are not like a solid blob of stuff that we like look in the mirror and we say, oh, look, there we are. That's not you. That is a very small part of you. And even that part isn't solid. It is you are perceiving certain energy frequencies and energy patterns that you have learned to perceive and interpret as you. You were taught when you were born that these energy frequencies, these particular energy patterns, this is you. And you were given a name, you were told your name, you were told or made to experience or know that you had form and all the rest of it. When babies are born, they don't see form, they see energy. They purely only see energy. They see energy moving and they see energy frequencies. If you've ever been around a newborn baby, you can actually look into their eyes. As they look at you, they'll look at you, but they're not looking at you. They're looking through you. They're looking into you and through you. And when they look at something, they're not focusing on a thing. If you watch them, you'll see their eyes don't focus on something. They look at something. And that's why babies will look up into like the air or what seems to be something empty, and they'll just kind of be fascinated with something there that you can't see. and you don't know what they're looking at. The same as like with like a cat or something. We'll just be staring up there. It's the energy. They're seeing the energy frequencies, the energy moving and changing. And babies are able to see that. So that's us. We're born seeing all this. And then we are taught that this is what you need to focus on. This is the important stuff, the stuff that you can interpret as form. And so we forget all that other stuff because our minds don't have the ability to hold that much stuff in our every moment awareness. So all that other stuff gets pushed, out of our focus and out of our awareness, and we focus on the stuff that we have learned as form. This is form, this is that, this is that, this is a table, this is a chair, this is you, this is me, this is mama, this is dada, all that type of stuff. So that's really how all that happens. But we are just vibrational energy. And so if we can imagine, a good way of thinking about it is like we're a giant radio tuner. Remember those radios that they had the dials, not the digital ones?
Yeah.
The dialing ones. Because the dialing ones, you could actually go in between stations and get to a staticky part. It's kind of, you don't really do that so much on the digital ones. It kind of goes right to the next one that comes in. So if you imagine that we are like a giant radio, and we have, we tune into things. Whatever we're tuned into is what we're going to receive. So just like a radio, if we tune our dial to like 101, okay, FM, we're going to receive that. What that's saying is you are now vibrating at 101 FM frequency. This is cycles and hertzes and whatever. And I mean, I'm not a radio person, but it's a vibrational measurement. And you're going to receive what's coming in, or what matches 101 vibrational frequency, the same that you're at. And you do. That's what your radio does. That's what you do in life. Now, if you want to experience things that are vibrating at, say, 108 or 109 FM, you have to go there. You have to be vibrating at 109 FM. You cannot experience it when you're vibrating at 101 FM. So if we were a radio, we would just tune the dial up we tune all the way up to 109. We tune in 109 until it came in. And then we would be receiving the signal that vibrates at 109, matches the frequency as 109. This is really what we're doing in life. So if we imagine now, I'm going to translate that to human experience, our lower feeling emotions, the ones that don't feel so good, the ones that feel like where we feel like tight inside or contracted inside, or and the ones, these are things like we feel anxious, sad, worried, just, you know, uptight. We just don't feel good. We have stuff, you know, we just feel anxious in our bodies. Those are the ones that are lower on the dial. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be vibrating those lower frequencies, and we only can receive into our experience frequencies that are vibrating at the same level. Now, if we tune up and we're on the other end of the dial, we've got the high vibrating frequencies, the more open ones, which are love, joy, peace, bliss, and they vibrate in a much more open frequency. So when I say open, I mean, you know, if you imagine the actual waves of the vibration being more open, whereas the ones, you know, the other ones being more tight. You could feel it in your body too, and I'll tell you how to do that again in a second. But so when you're vibrating these more open, higher frequencies, then your experience is filled with things that are also vibrating at those frequencies. So filled with things that are joyful, make you feel even more joyful, are blissful, are magnificent, are, you know, loving, pure love. And so your experience of the same situation, the same circumstance, can be drastically different, vibrating at one level of the scale and vibrating at the other level of the scale. Same circumstances, same people in the circumstances, but your experience will be different because they will always reflect back and match the vibration that you're emitting. So it's pretty amazing. So this is how we are able to affect our moment-by-moment experience and then call to us more that matches that vibration. Now, how we can find out how we're vibrating if we're not really, we're not sure to really find out is if you imagine a line. How's your throat? I noticed that you're clearing it. Does it still feel tight?
No, it feels a lot better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because if you imagine a line coming from like well, you could say your throat or that little notch where your collarbones go together there, all the way down the center of you, all the way down to say just, you know, below your belly button. And if you focus your awareness on that line, especially around the solar plexus area, you'll feel it most there. You'll notice that you're either going to feel like everything's folding in, pulling into that line, like contracting in on that line, or you're going to feel like everything is pouring out of that line, expanding, like you're actually expanding, the energy is expanding. So you'll feel, if you just focus on the solar plexus area, you'll feel like a tightness, like it's folding in on itself almost. Or you'll feel this openness, like this, it's just opening and it actually getting more open and more open and more open and expanding, and the energy is just flowing out, almost so much that the energy is just pouring out of your body and filling the space around you. So that's really how you can do it. And if you're not really someone that feels that easily, if you take your hand and put your hand over your solar plexus, you will become more aware of what that area is feeling, because wherever we touch our body, our focus and awareness goes. So, you know, it's like if you were to touch your knee, all of a sudden you're aware of your knee. Your awareness flows to under your hand.
Right.
So if you touch your heart, you can bring your attention and awareness to your heart center. Well, not your heart. You can only touch the area over your heart. If you can touch your heart, well, then you need to go to the hospital. Yeah. But so you just touch the area over your solar plexus, and you can you will, you know, tune into what's happening. You'll get a very strong sense of it, and also know that the emotions that you're feeling are letting you know how you're doing on this emotional scale, how your energy's doing. So when you're feeling uptight, anxious, worried, you can be sure that energy center, that energy line is contracting. And you can always check into it, check in and see and verify it for yourself. But there's no way you can have an expansive love pouring out, energy pouring out of that area and be feeling those emotions. Those emotions are telling you that your energy is contracting. So, and when your energy is contracting, guess what happens to the receiving?
It stops.
Yeah. It's closing. You're closing yourself. You're closing your energy. And so it's like you're putting up a barricade and a barrier. So anything that wants to come to you bounces off of you. You can't receive it. And you're not even aware that it's there because your frequency, your vibration isn't in line with it, isn't a match for that vibration. So you're not even aware of it. And so, and then you just feel like you need things, you're not receiving things, and you get more tense and more tense and more tense, and you end up blocking your receiving more and more and more and more. So the key, and this is, I hope everyone hears this, so really listen right now, like open up your ears, stop your thinking, because you're going to always have these thoughts. And just hear this. If you're not receiving, what you need to do is you need to stop doing for a few moments, close your eyes, put your hand over your heart, okay? You can put it over your heart and your solar plexus so you can reach both at the same time, and breathe. What you need to do is you need to breathe into that area. You need to visualize or feel that area opening. Another thing you can do also that's helpful, I would say do both, is get up, move, go, and do something that makes you feel good. So if you want to go outside and just go for a quick walk, if you have an animal around, you can pet the animal. You don't have to do this for a long time. You want to just distract yourself with something that feels better. So in other words, you're moving your focus and your energy into a better feeling place. As you do, you're opening things up a little bit. You can also take a nap. If you have, depending on how your day's laid out and what time of day it is and whatever, if you're able to do that, take a nap for a little bit. That will break up the momentum and the energy that's building around the first vibration and give you some space so that you can actually be in a different vibration when you wake up on the other end. And
that's easy enough.
So, yeah. And it's really a matter of consciously deciding to do it and not noticing how you're feeling, noticing what's going on with you, noticing by checking in with your body and feeling, you'll actually feel the physical contractions, the tightness in your muscles. You might even feel pains in different areas, and spasms and stuff like that. Just noticing that, realizing what it's telling you and about your energy, and taking a pause, doing a pause or a change of focus, a deliberate change of focus that makes you feel better. So in other words, you don't want to focus on something that's going to make you feel worse. You want to focus on something that's going to make you feel better. And it's a choice. And as you do, you raise your vibration, you open your energy, and you create the possibility for things to flow to you. And truly, you will receive the most when you are in alignment with bliss, with joy and bliss. So in other words, it's not a matter of what you do, it's a matter of how you be. And isn't that interesting? And when you be in alignment with this joyful, blissful energy, you're in alignment with Source. Source flows at a very, very high frequency. Source is always joyful. Source is always delightful. Source is always, blissful and just, peaceful and childlike and enthusiastic in its nature. This is just the nature of Source and the divine. It's a very open, fast-moving energy. And all of the things that you want to receive are already waiting for you. Source has got everything all lined up for you. But they're vibrating at the Source energy frequency, not at yours. So if you're in an anxious, stressed out frequency, you don't match up to that, and you can't connect with them in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to move to the higher frequency. You want to move to that frequency that is in line with the source vibration. And when you do, all these great things flow to you. Inspired ideas will flow to you. You will be led to you'll just be guided or led to do something, take an action that leads you to receive one of the things or something that you've been looking for. So I'll give you a quick example of that. It was really kind of bizarre. I wanted a particular car. And so I was looking at the car. I was just looking at pictures of it. I visualized the car. I kind of like, I visualized myself and felt myself in the car. I'm a very visual person like that. I'm a very feeling person. So I don't actually have to go be with something to get a really strong sense of it. I can, get it through my own imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that, and I was just playing with that, and really, really, loving this car and the idea of this car. And next thing I knew, and I was just in a very, very high vibration place, and I just stayed there for like, a couple of weeks. Next thing I knew I was getting this inspiration to go on eBay and look for the car. Now this was like years ago. This was like in 2007, and I had no idea that cars were even on eBay. So when I got this idea and this inspiration to do that, I was like, "Are you crazy? I'm supposed to look for a car on eBay?"
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. What?
Yeah, really. So it's like, I kind of like thought that was the most outrageous thing, but it was so strong. It came back to me so strong. Yes, go on eBay and look for the car. And I thought this was really bizarre. But because it was such a strong inspiration, I said, okay, I will go on eBay. I'm thinking, I hope no one's noticing seeing me do this because they're going to think I've lost my mind. And I'm going to look for a car. Well, I went on eBay, and they actually have a section called eBay Motors. I had no idea. I mean, it's a huge part of eBay is eBay Motors, and it's all cars. They even have boats and things on there. They even have homes on eBay. I had no idea. So anyway, so I searched for my car. I put in what described my car loosely in the search, and several things came up. And I didn't find anything that was exactly it. I found a couple and said, okay, that's similar. And I'm looking, and there were all different things. Cars being sold by people. Dealers list cars on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
New cars, used cars. I mean, the dealers are on eBay. They know about eBay. I didn't, but they do. And it's free. I think it's free for them until they sell the car. Then they have to pay something. And so, like probably my third visit to eBay, I'm looking in my search results, and there's the car. And it actually was at a dealership, and it was at a dealership in my own state, too, which means that I could buy it like any car. They could take it and get it registered and whatever, because a lot of them are dealerships from other states. Then you have to worry about transporting it to your state. They can't register it for you, obviously. You got to go do that. But there's a whole big transportation thing, and either it's shipped or you go pick it up or whatever. But when it's right there in your state, next to you, it's very convenient. And it was my car, exactly as I visualized it. Exactly, yeah, exactly. And I mean, I was pretty shocked. I did not expect this. And so, I didn't know what to do. I saved it, and I went back and I looked at it the next day, and I said, well, I guess I have to take some action. So I called the dealer. I didn't buy it through eBay. I actually went to the dealer directly, which probably saved them some money. And I inquired about the car, and sure enough, it was there, and sure enough, it was that car. And But so that's just an example of what happens when you raise your vibrational frequency to a point where you're so open and you're vibrating at this higher source divine vibration, and these inspirations come through. They don't necessarily make sense, but they will lead you. They're showing up to guide you. They're like the stepping stones on the path to where you want to go and to receiving what it is that you want. You don't have to know the path. The path is going to be shown to you. You just need to vibrate at a high enough frequency where you're going to hear the messages or hear the inspiration to say, step over here, go this way, do that, and you'll be led right to what you want, to receiving what you want. It's pretty amazing. But that's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works for everybody. So the most important thing that anyone can do when they want to receive something is not focus on the wanting, not focusing on the fact they don't have it, but to focus on whatever they can do to get their vibration the highest and get themselves feeling really, really good in their heart, in their solar plexus, inside them, and get themselves vibrating at higher, more open feeling emotions and energy. And the rest will just show up. You don't need to worry about how the rest is going to show up. It will come to you. It will show up.
Well, you know, right now I'm sure, Amy, everyone's saying, "Yeah, I've tried everything. It's not showing up. What am I doing wrong?" And it comes down to
they're not doing exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
What they're doing, it's not that they're doing it wrong. What they're doing wrong, they're just not doing what I said. They're focusing on. I could bet this is exactly what they're doing. They're focusing on what they want and they don't have.
Yes.
You focus on what you want and you don't have. You see, source, the high vibrational frequency that I just mentioned that you want to vibrate at, the joyful, the blissful one, is a frequency of having everything already. So you can't be focused on wanting something, noticing that you don't have it, and be able to vibrate at that high frequency of I already have everything. You can't. They're just diametrically opposed. One's over here, one's over there. You can't do that. So you need to release that I don't have it yet. I want it. I'm noticing it's not here. Look, the money's not in my bank account. Oh, dear. That's going to stop you from vibrating at the frequency that you want to vibrate at. You need to, this is where trust and faith and all that comes in, all these words. You need to trust that when you vibrate at the higher source frequency, you do have everything, and you will be shown the steps that you need to step on, the actual stepping stones, the path, to receive what is already yours. It's really that simple. Another analogy is you've asked for something. It's already okay, here, this is a good one. You go to a restaurant. You sit down at your table. You look at the menu, and you order. You're really hungry, and you order something. You decide what you want, and you order it. Well, now you do one of two things. You close the menu, and you trust that the food's going to come, and which is usually what people do. They relax. They talk to each other. They're happy. They're eager for the food. They're enthusiastic. They're excited to, they're waiting and, ooh, yeah, it's done. It's ordered. They don't worry about the fact that it's not there. They don't hover over the waiter and say, where's my food? Where's my food? Here's the order again. Here's the order again. Did you get my order? This is what I ordered. This is what I ordered. You sure you got the order? Is it in the kitchen? And they don't go in the kitchen and they don't hover over the person cooking the food and say, is that my food? This is what I want. Did you get the order? Did you get the order? No. They leave them alone and trust it will be done, or it is done as soon as they speak it, and however long it's going to take is however long it's going to take, and it's going to show up. And they relax. And it shows up. Now, if you were to go hover over the waiter or get in the back and hover over the chef, the cook, I promise you would delay your food, and they probably would throw you out of the restaurant and you would never get your food. Well, it's the same thing with anything. You can't receive something if you don't trust that it's already done and going to come to you. You're either open to receive it or you're blocking the receiving of it. There's really not a lot of gray area in there. So you need to become more aware of how you're being energetically, how you're feeling emotionally. That will tell you if you're either trusting and being open to the fact that it's done and it's coming, or you're blocking it. Also, what you're doing, your behavior. If you're constantly worrying about something and noticing it's not here yet, then you're literally following the waiter around, hovering over him, saying, did you get the order? Here's what I ordered. Take that down again. Take that down again.
Yeah.
And you're not having any faith that the order went in and the order's, being cooked.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
what happens when you order food? Before they bring you the food, they might bring you the condiments. There might be so if there's something special that goes with your food, the waiter will come over and he'll put some sauces on the table, or he'll bring, whatever, or he'll bring, so it's the same thing with something larger that you've requested in your life. You might be guided to or shown, this step or that step, or something might come to you, and it's like, okay, this is the prep for receiving your order. This is the prep, for that. This is what's coming before that. This is the appetizer. So, but the most important thing that you need to remember is you need to relax and know that it's done. You energetically request it. You don't need to ask continuously. And the more that you notice and focus on that it's not arrived yet, the more that you are blocking it. And the more you can be assured that your vibration is not open and in alignment with allowing what you want to come to you. So you need to look honestly and be and reflect and be aware of how are you behaving? How are you being in the moment? How are you feeling in the moment? See, most people they want someone or something else to fix things. So in other words, if they want something in their life, or they want to have a different experience in their life, they think, okay, I want that, it's not coming, well, that's all right, I'll go do that, or I'll add this to myself and I'll fix myself, and then it will come. That's not true. That doesn't work. You will acquire a lot of stuff, and you might acquire a lot of knowledge, but knowledge isn't what you want, or that's not going to help, and the stuff isn't going to help. What you need to do is you need to become aware of how you're feeling, which is a message about how you're vibrating, and then you need to focus in a way that raises or opens, raising and opening is the same thing, your vibration, your energy, to be able to receive what you want. It's really simple. And it's got nothing to do with fixing anything, because you already are perfect. You already have you are an extension of source. So you have the ability to feel all vibrations and vibrate the full range of vibrations. You are the complete radio tuner. You can feel anything on the dial. You can vibrate at any level. It's not that you've got to go and buy something at the store or eat a particular food so that you can vibrate at that level on the dial now. No, you already have the ability to be all of it. You already are all of it. The only reason why it wouldn't be in your experience is because you're focusing all your attention and your emotional attention on one part. And so what you focus on is what is in your awareness. What human beings don't realize is our brains, our minds, can only focus on 7 bits of information, 7 bits of that we can process. So that's energy that we can process, information that we can process, input coming through our 5 senses in any moment. A moment is a short little ping, type thing. All right, so, and in that same moment, there's over 1 million things going on. So if we're focusing on 5 that are over here, and what we want is like behind our head in the other direction, like 180 degrees away, we're not going to have it in our experience. We can't. So part of the physical experience, part of being a human being in the physical experience, is that we have free choice. And the free choice is you have the choice to focus on whatever you want to focus on, and whatever you focus on is what you're going to have in your experience. Isn't that fun?
Absolutely.
And that's really it. That's how we change our experience, by changing our focus. And when we change our focus, we change our energetic vibration. And when we change our energetic vibration, we are able to receive things at a much higher level. You know, or we receive things, I should say, at the new energetic vibration. So I hope this is that people are able to follow this. Are you following it, Shefali?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I have to be honest. Sometimes I get stuck because, you know how I try all sorts of different things, and then sometimes things don't work out the way I think they're going to work out. So then I get to a point where it's like, oh, well, I've tried all these things that didn't work out, so I'm afraid to try anything else.
Okay. Well, I could tell you what's happening when you're trying these things, okay, and why things aren't working out. You're focused in doing before you got yourself into vibrational alignment with receiving that which you wanted to receive. Remember I said in the very beginning, you will be inspired. You are not going to know the path that you need to step on. You will be inspired to the path. But the way that you will receive the inspiration is you've got to get your vibrational alignment, your emotional alignment up to that where it is open, up vibrating in that peaceful, blissful, joyful, happy, eager, enthusiastic area. You can't have anxiety and be worried about something and be vibrating at that level. That you just can't have those two emotions at the same time.
Oh,
so
I
it's either
agree.
one or the other.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And, but when I get those inspirations, I feel really, really good. It's like, oh my God, I'm so excited, and I feel really good, and it feels really expansive and positive, so it's like, oh, this is great. Yeah.
But then did you just flow along with the inspiration and enjoy the inspiration and play with it, or do you think that it's going to lead you somewhere and then try to take the next step?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, I got that, so I'm going to do this now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, so you get inspired and guided. You follow the inspiration. You're on the steps as you're being inspired, but then you think that you know now what you can do and go off on your own.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's when you fall. Bam! I didn't get it. I got nowhere.
Yeah.
That's exactly where you went awry right there.
Yeah.
You want to stay you want to literally surrender. Turn it all over to Source. Let Source show you. Let Source hold the big flashlight and show you, here's the path. You step over there. Now we're going to light up that one. You step on that one. So you're not going to know what the next inspiration is going to be until it shows up. And if you start trying to figure it out and decide, you've just taken yourself off of that path and put yourself on your own path. So now you know better.
That's what I tend to do,
and I can promise you that you don't know better than Source.
No, that's true. So here's a question that Cassandra posted, and I think this is a good segue because, obviously I was getting some intuitive guidance, but then I was not trusting it as well sometimes, right? So she's asking, can you give me any help or guidance to awaken my intuition? I know that once it was more open but has closed, I believe I should be a light worker.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm looking here. I'm thinking that I want to let the collective answer this.
Okay.
I actually would like to bring them in. They really want to come in. So is that okay with you?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm going to bring them in to answer the questions because they're going to have better answers for everybody, I'm feeling. All right, because sometimes I get stuck in the words, whereas they have all this knowing, and I just kind of help them find the right words to communicate their knowing, and they also flow the really powerful energy too. So people will feel it, So, all right. So hang on one second, and I'll bring them in to answer the question. Okay. All right. We had to wag the tail. All right, so we are here. Hello, everybody. We are the collective. Hello. And there's a question we heard that was from Cassandra, and she said something about she has lost her inspiration. Is this true? Is that what
Well,
she was asking?
she said, can you give me any help or guidance to awaken my intuition? I know that once it was more open, but has closed.
Okay. All right. And she feels she's a light worker. Yes, you are a
Yes.
light worker. And what's happened really, Cassandra, is that you have life, living, has focused your attention differently. In other words, you have focused on the nitty-gritty, what we would call, of living, of the day-to-day moments of the concerns, and you've been looking more at the concerns than the flowing with the joy in every moment. So you've been more in the nitty-gritty stuff of what you call day-to-day living or moment-to-moment living. And we would encourage you to just relax, to open up your intuition. Give yourself some time to connect with nature, to just commune. Animals in nature are very, very open. They're always flowing that energy that is in line with, that is attuned to the frequency of your intuition. So if you can just go and sit with some flowers, sit with some trees, you're going to do anything with them. Just be in their energy, be in their space, and just notice them. And allow yourself to almost come into communication with them. You'll begin to, certain things will begin to come into your awareness. You might almost feel like you're hearing them. And if you had animals around you, especially cats. Cats are more intuitive than dogs. Dogs are much more overt in their expressiveness, where cats are much more subtle. They're much more intuitive. So if you can just be around the animal and just be with the animal, and just, instead of telling the animal what you want it to do, just allow it to be with you, and you be with it at its level. Kind of step into its world a little bit, and connect with its level of emotion and energy. And these two things will help guide you back. We're also going to do a little guided meditation, and doing things like this will also help guide you back, doing that meditation. Tuning into guided things like that. We know that we have, that Amy put an offer up, and one of the things in there is to connect with and hear your source guides. And we love that one. That's our program. And we guide you literally in this to a we'd say a level, a vibration. Vibration is the right word. Vibration of hearing, coming into alignment with the vibrational energy of source, of your guide, so you can hear the inspiration. And your intuition is really what the doorway through which you hear that, you receive it. So what you call your intuition is your inner knowing. And your inner knowing is like, if we want to use an example, we'd say you have your little iPod in your hand, and the iPod has the music on it, and then you plug the little earphones in, and the music comes up the earphones and into your ear. Your intuition is the little earphones that go in your ear, so that the message and the music that's in the iPod, we'll say call that source, can come to you. So you are really hearing source. That's really what's happening, is you're connecting with source. And what you've done to lose that is you've blocked, or you've stopped the surrender, the turning over portion. You've stopped doing that. You used to do that much more. You just used to surrender to the knowing that was there, and you stopped doing that. You're now looking to create the answers yourself, or find them. And so that's why you can't do one, or you do one or the other. You can't do both, because there are different frequencies, different vibrations. So you just need to move back into the slowing down, the opening up, the surrendering to, and the tuning into, and to stop trying to figure things out so much in the nitty-gritty moments of your life. And it's all there. It's all right there. You didn't lose it. It's right there.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm sure that's very helpful for
You're welcome.
Sandra. So I have some.
It's probably helpful for a lot of people because
Oh, yeah.
we think that a lot of people have that experience too.
Of
So
course. Yes. So we have a few more questions on the Q&A. So, I mean, on the telephone. So I'm going to unmute area code 310 from California. I think it's San Pedro.
310. We think that might be Los Angeles.
Who knows? We'll find out in a minute. Hi there. Who's this? It's this area code 310 ending in 0806.
Tell them to unmute their phone.
I can hear sound. Okay. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
Ava.
Hi, Ava.
Thank you so much for what you just said, because I really felt that when you were saying about I've been trying to figure out everything. I'm transitioning through a job, and I've been going on interviews, and one of the ones that I really thought I had because of the feeling that I got, and then the next thing I know, like 2 days later, they said that they were going to have me come back in, and then I received an email, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I know that I've been feeling a little anxious and everything, and I wanted to see if you can help me through this transition.
Okay. We're looking here. Well, we are going to be doing the guided meditation. We definitely want you to really get into that when we do that.
Okay.
As far as being open to receive this and receive what you want, if this job, well, first of all, we don't want you to want this job because you need a job. We want you to go with and be open to what really makes your heart sing, because by pushing yourself or forcing yourself into something because you feel you need it, that's an out of alignment energy, and it's not going to be optimal for you because it's out of alignment. It's going to not have the expansiveness. It's not going to have the potential. It's not going to have the joy. It's not going to have the magic that could be. You want to receive that which is in alignment with the more open energy. So it's really a matter of allowing. It's a matter of not forcing. If you notice you're becoming anxious,
yes,
your job is to notice that, reflect on why all of a sudden you're becoming anxious. It's probably because you think you need something. You need to make something happen. You need something. And you're not having the faith that the ideal thing, the perfect thing, is coming to you. The perfect thing may not be the job that's right in front of you, the interview that you just went on. It may be the one that's waiting behind that one, but you can't see that yet. So what your job, we like to that word, your job is to do is to say, I trust that the perfect thing is lined up for me, and these steps that I'm being shown to take are all on my path. That I don't know if this is the perfect thing for me right now, and I'm not going to say, oh, this is it, and I'm not going to be wiser than Source and decide, because you might just take yourself right off the path and try to make your own path, which is never going to lead you to the highest results that you could get if you followed the path that Source has for you. And the path that Source has for you, the divine path, the path that is a path that was created the moment that you had your initial desire to find your ideal job. That's when that path was created. And it's waiting for you to allow yourself to step on. But Source will never interfere with your free choice. So you can choose to not be in a vibration that will allow yourself to hear that or see that path and feel those inspirations, or you can allow yourself to be in a vibration that will allow yourself to receive that path. Now, sometimes you might receive an inspiration to do something that you might think is unrelated. Like you might get an inspiration like, oh, I want to go to that little coffee shop right now and get a coffee. Or I want to walk over here to this little shop and go here. Or I'm going to go, I got this inspiration to go get this food in the supermarket right now. I don't know why, but it's like really powerful. Follow those inspirations. Follow those little nudges, because those nudges are stepping stones on your path. And so whatever it is that you asked for, your larger asking, these are steps along the way to that larger asking. So your job is to notice if you're getting an inspiration, whether it's an inspiration that's arising because you're in such an open flow, you're in a feeling good emotionally, you're feeling open. If you've been feeling anxious and worried, and then you get, oh, I got to go have a chocolate bar, or I got to go, you can be assured that whatever you think is inspiration coming in the moment out of when you're anxious is not source inspiration, because source doesn't match the vibration of anxiety. That's your mind.
Okay.
So that's your mental self telling you, and so that's not a true inspiration on this path that you're trying to be on, that you want to be on. So the only way that you can get on that path and know you're on that path is to focus on feeling good. Now, isn't that nice? That your job is to focus on relaxing and trusting that what you want will show up. The steps will show up for you. The interviews will show up for you. Not like all of a sudden you're going to wake up and there's going to be things in your email box saying, oh, we want you to come here today. But you will be inspired as to who to contact, who to call. Look at that job. Go online and do a search for that. Or go look like Amy was inspired to go look at eBay for her car. She thought that was the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, she didn't even know that there were cars on eBay, and she resisted it because it seemed so stupid, but yet it was an extremely important stepping stone on her path to getting this car that she wanted.
Okay.
The car was waiting for her from the moment that she wanted it so strongly. And that was just a step to connect her to the car. Now, she thought it was a ridiculous step, but actually it wasn't such a ridiculous step. So you might be inspired to something and you might think, oh, that's ridiculous. But you know what? Don't judge the step. If you're flowing good, just check in that moment. How was I feeling? How am I feeling when I got that inspiration? Am I happy? Am I relaxed? Am I feeling joyful inside? Am I feeling anxious and worried and concerned? If you're feeling anxious, worried, and concerned, then you can ignore that inspiration because it's coming from your mind. But if honestly, when you look, say, I'm feeling really good. I've been feeling really good today, and all of a sudden this idea came to me. Follow the idea.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And it will be so much easier than you think it will be. And it'll be so much of a happier than you think it can be. And you'll enjoy the journey.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the journey. Good.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ava.
We're glad.
Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful. Great question.
You have another one you want to take?
Oh, yes. We have. I also have another question on the Q&A. She did have her hand raised, but I guess she had to go. And it's from...
Well, if she's not there, then we could take another one.
No, I'm sure she's listening online.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is Pat, or Mary. And she said, had a racing heart episode recently. My tests are showing that I'm quite well with a possible small electrical issue. Seeing a doc tomorrow, is it possible that the surge of energy that is all around us is adding to anxiety after this episode? All is good otherwise.
Yes. Okay. It's I don't know what she meant about the adding anxiety. As anxiety is she's adding anxiety in reaction to the result.
Exactly.
But the electrical surge, the electrical, something's off in your heart, or it's a little racy, yes, that is absolutely in response to the energy. We are in an intense energy period, and the sun is highly active, the sunspot, sending lots of energy to the earth, and the frequencies are higher, the frequencies are going up and down. There's like so many things energetically going on. And different planetary alignments and all these things that are opening up pathways for energy to flow faster to the Earth. The Earth, the frequency that the Earth is holding now is higher. I mean, is her name Mary or Pat?
I think it's
Maybe
both.
It's Mary Pat.
Because I know her as Pat, so you know.
Okay. Well, Pat, if you look at what's going on in the world, you'll see evidence of the same thing that your heart is doing. The energy getting stressed out, getting chaotic, and just coming through at a more intense level. And that's the same thing that your heart is expressing also. It's totally in relation to and response to the energy. So what that says is that your body is a very sensitive receiver and is very tuned into the different energy fluctuations. So as you connect with and perfect your ability to hear your body, you will know what's happening energetically around you. Your body is a very good hearer, is a very good interpreter of the energy.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go to Texas. I think it's Grand Prairie. Area code 214.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
Hi, we are fine.
Great.
We are good.
The reason I'm calling is I want to see if I can get any guidance, if you see any blocks. I get huge surges of energy, and I'm learning more and more to flow with it. I had a huge inspiration this weekend, again, work related, to go and call a person about an opportunity of working with them, and I did that, and I went to meet with them yesterday, and I was really excited about it, and he was excited about it as well. But I felt like when I left, there was tension in the meeting, and I felt tense.
Okay, we're going to stop you, and we'll tell you why. First, we want to know your name.
Betty, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
And second, we want to redirect your question because you know the answer to a lot of the stuff that you're asking right now. You were just looking for validation. And we want to tell you, trust your knowing. Trust it. Because every time you don't trust it, you block yourself. So, of course, there's blocks in you. Of course you have blocks. Every single human being's got blocks. You put them there yourself. So, yes, the answer to that part. But we don't want you to get hung up with needing validation for what you feel. We want you to learn to connect with or tune into how you're feeling. And if when an inspiration or inspired idea or an intuition, gut feeling or sense of to do something comes through, you just step back then in that moment when you receive it or hear it and say, how am I feeling? How was I feeling in that moment? Was I feeling really good? Was I feeling really joyful and relaxed? And, did I feel very open and peaceful? Or was I feeling very anxious? Was I trying to do too much, do a lot of things, move things around here? And was I really focusing on the doing? Was I kind of like a little, uptight or getting, just a little too in my head type of thing? Mm-hmm. If the answer is the second one, then you can, count on that what you're thinking is an inspiration is coming from your own mind. It's an idea. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad idea, but it's not source guidance. It's not the step that you're looking for on your path. If you are feeling very open, relaxed, you're in fun energy, and you're just showing up, and you're just being with what's there, and you're doing the things that you need to do to go through your day, and if you start to get uptight, you're just kicking back and connecting with something that makes you feel better, and this is your process throughout the day, and an inspiration or an idea or sense to do something comes then that is a source guidance. So we want you to learn to check with yourself for the difference and not rely on having to ask something external. Because the external is not always going to be there. I mean, source is always there for you, but your ability to tune into source is not open if you're in the anxious, more mental state. You need to be in the joyful, open state, and then you'll know. You'll get it. You'll be in this flow, and that's what we want you to focus on. So not so much in the nitty-gritty of it, but in the how am I feeling? Am I in this flow? Do I feel like I'm flowing along and I'm getting inspired to do something?
Yes,
and
because this morning when I started I never have pains in my body, and I always know if I get a pain in my body, that means that something is not, my mind is not, is trying to do something that it's not supposed to. So I was getting tension in my neck, and so what I did is I went on a walk. Good. And I just said, I trust myself. I trust, to the I am. I trust that everything that I need to know is going to be presented to me at the right time.
Right. So when you go on your walk, instead of being so much in the mental dialogue, you can say, I trust. Instead of trying to figure out what you trust or getting too into mental dialogue, just, I trust, I am open, I know everything is always working out for me, and then get into the walk and enjoy the moments in the walk. Enjoy the air, enjoy the nature, enjoy the feeling of your feet moving on the ground. That is much more powerful than all the thinking that you could possibly do. You can, and I know you know this, you can go for a whole walk and not have that much experience of the actual walk because you're processing stuff in your mind the whole time.
Yeah, it's like I start and then I
walk.
I start and I finish and I'm like, wow, how did I?
Well, I don't even remember the walk. It's like, wow, half an hour went by, and that you didn't see what you want the walk to do is you want the walk to raise your vibration, to open you up, and the only way it's going to do that is if you get out of that mental thing. So you allow the walk to be the magic space that it is. So you can go sit in nature. You don't even have to walk. You can go sit in nature with the most magnificent tree or most magnificent flowers around you, and you can be in your own mind running your own thoughts the whole time and not have much experience at all of what's there. But that's not where the magic happens. That's not what's going to uplift you. That's not what's going to open you. The flowers in the tree are at a vibration that's always source, and they're just waiting for you to say, hello. Oh, look at you. Oh, I'm allowing you to, commune with me. I'm allowing you to speak with my cells. I'm just connecting with you. I'm getting out of my moment-by-moment life. I'm getting out of my head, and I'm spending this time with you. That's when you'll be uplifted. And a walk can do that for you.
Okay. That helps a lot. So, yes, I'll do that.
Good.
Tomorrow.
Good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, let me just check to see if there's any. Do you have time for one more question before we do the meditation?
Yeah, let's take another one.
All right, so we're going to go to Oakland, California. I think area code 510. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Annette.
Hi, Annette.
Oh,
I'm collective.
I'm so happy to be able to speak to the collective.
Oh, good. We are happy to be able to speak with you.
Yes. My question has to do with a lot of pain that I have in my right foot. I feel like it's giving me a message, but I'm not sure what the message is and what to do about it.
Wake up. The message is simply to wake up. Wake up, slow down, stop trying to figure out what the message is. Look at focusing on what's going to make you feel more relaxed, more trusting in your life, in your moments, where you can enjoy your moments more. So in other words, when you wake up in the morning, how can you enjoy and appreciate? What is there to appreciate and enjoy? And just embark on your day with appreciation more. Find things to appreciate. Enjoy your moments. Just get into everything that's there for you. And what you'll notice, and stop focusing on the foot, and what you'll notice is all of a sudden the foot won't be bothering you anymore. You'll just like, oh, I haven't noticed that foot.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah. Appreciate it.
It's really not any more complicated than that. You don't need to worry about the foot. The foot, when the body is giving you a message, the message is almost always slow down, tune in, wake up. If there's a lot of pain or tension somewhere in some part of the body, it's there because you have not been allowing the flow of your energy. You haven't been allowing the flow of your emotional energy. You have been resisting. And so in other words, the energy around you and in the life and all around you is flowing a particular way, and you've been resisting that and holding yourself in a different type of vibration, and that level of resistance has built up into pain. Everybody is sensitive to the energy around them to a different degree, and you happen to be more sensitive. You're a very sensitive person to energy. And so if you're not allowing yourself to be in sync with the energy flowing around you, and you're not allowing yourself to just kind of go gently and easily and appreciatingly, we don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good, appreciatingly, in the moment, you're going to experience something in your body, a discord in your body. So just relax and enjoy. Just relax. Focus into the moments more. And appreciate what's around you more. And you will just, one day, you'll just notice, oh, that hasn't been bothering me at all.
All right, I can do that.
Good.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
We're glad. One of the, you're so welcome. And we're really glad that you did ask that question, because one of the things that human beings do all the time is they make things so much more complicated than they are. Really, it's very simple. Living is simple. Life is simple. Receiving is simple. Having what you are wanting in your life is simple. The steps are simple. It's when you start to get your energy all tangled up, or you start to think about things, or you start to allow yourself to experience worry or anxiety or tension about things, that it gets complicated. And because you're complicating the energy, you're resisting the flow. And so we'll use the river analogy. If you imagine that life is always flowing, your life is always flowing beautifully like a river. It's like a river with a nice current. And the river's flowing where it's going. And your life is flowing where it's going. And your river is all set to flow to the different things that you want to experience, and things that you don't even remember asking to experience in your life. And so your river is there. And if you, in your little boat, you're floating in your river, start deciding that you know better than the river and try to row in an opposite direction, you're going to be struggling. You're going to be working really hard. You're going to be having a lot of tension in your muscles because you have to work very, very hard to go against this flow. And you're not going to be really getting anywhere powerfully, because it's pretty difficult to get somewhere when you're going against a strong current. But you are going to be feeling uncomfortable. You're going to be feeling uncomfortable emotionally. You're going to be feeling uncomfortable physically. You're going to be feeling a whole bunch of discomfort. And then you're going to be feeling dissatisfaction. And then you're going to start to feel anxious and all these things. So it's a very good analogy for what happens in life, whereas all you really need to do is to get in your boat, relax, trust that you're going on the exact right path for you, stay awake and conscious, and notice what you're experiencing and appreciate it. And you will just be taken to where you need to be. And so the better you can feel in each moment, the faster you will go, and the more joy you will experience going from point to point to point in your life. And it's really not complicated. So that's for everybody. That's you know, this is just for everybody. It's just what human beings tend to do. And the cure is to relax, to trust, to relax, to know that things are always working out for you, and just trust in that your river is always going where it needs to go, where you asked for it to go, where everything that you want is, where the better things are. So in a moment, something might look like you might look like you're losing something, but on the other end of that is something better, because you're always moving. Your river is always moving from a state of less to more, less to more, less to more. And so if in the moment you are experiencing something like you lost a job, you can be assured, even though that might be a painful experience, you can be assured that on the other side of that, or right down the river from that, is a way better life, a way better job, a way better something for you than you had and that you could imagine. So you just need to trust.
No.
All guests are currently muted. To unmute all guests, press 9. For help with host options, press *0. You will now be connected with the conference.
And know that how you want to focus is in the focus of appreciation, of trusting. Things will just show up working out for you. They are always working out for you, but you can block your awareness of that experience. So we hope that was helpful for everybody, because that wasn't just an answer to any one question. That's really just the whole human experience tends to be that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, very helpful. Thank you for that.
Good.
Yeah, that was a great question, Annette, and wonderful answer by the collective. So thank you. So do you think? Okay, so Amy or the collective, do we have time for a quick meditation? Or so do you want to do the meditation first, or do you want to talk about the special offer first?
Oh, why don't we, because we are going to put people into a very relaxed state, so we'll talk about our special offer. It's good. People should go get it. We have in our special offer wonderful, wonderful things. Now, we want you to know that in this offer is everything that is in this offer is designed to raise your vibration and to keep it high. They are tools. They are they're guided meditations. There's knowing, there's teaching about how energy works and how to allow your vibration to be raised. And there's powerful meditations. There's in our package we have the, as we mentioned before, the Connect to Source and Hear Your Guides. A lot of people don't really have that experience with clarity or with any regularity, and this will help you do that. There's actually techniques, pathways that you can use to move into a state of allowing and hearing right there in the actual program. It's really, really powerful. We also have the moving into your heart, living from your heart as love. It's so important to stay in that vibration. I mean, everything that we've said tonight and that Amy has said has been about being in that high vibration, the vibration of Source, which is the bliss, the love, the joy, the enthusiasm, all of this. And it all comes from living from your heart. Thinking from your heart, not thinking the same way that you think with your mind, but feeling. It's more of a feeling thinking. You feel into things. You have a question or you want to know what to do in a moment. You feel into it. You feel for the answer. And that's receiving. That's allowing yourself to receive the divine inspiration, the divine guidance. So it's a very, very powerful thing to do, to move from your head to your heart. And it's very important with the high frequency energy that's flowing on the planet now. Continuing to live so mentally and trying to mentally do things is going to become more and more uncomfortable. And you're going to find yourself with more and more feeling and being more and more blocked and more tense. And just more and more just uncomfortable emotionally, physically, just in all ways if you just try to live too much from the mind right now. So what else is in there? We have the beautiful receiving alignment meditation. So this is, just like it says, it totally aligns your energy with receiving. And we have a beautiful guided visualization in there about receiving a giant pile of money and closing this divide, this chasm that's between you and the receiving. And it shows you, it takes you right through this beautiful process where you don't have to do anything. You're just allowing this divide to close, and the money just flows right into your open arms. So this is what it's like to receive in life. So it's a very, very powerful meditation. And as you become more familiar with that process, by practicing that, by using the meditation, you'll notice that you're able to do that much more naturally in your life. Very powerful. And what else do we have in there? We have, we're trying to visualize it. There's something else. Chain to Freedom. Yes, this is important also because human beings chain themselves up. And we say, this is another one of our beautiful programs, and what we mean by this is, from the moment you start to be taught things, you start to eliminate possibility in your life. You are truly an unlimited being with unlimited possibilities in every moment. But your ability to experience that, your ability to see them, and your ability to live them is severely limited based upon what you believe, and your beliefs are just things that you've acquired, things that you've been taught throughout your life. So what you believe to be so, and how you focus your attention. So if you're constantly focusing your attention in a little square or a little box around you, and this is where you're most familiar, and you're living your life there, it's outside of your possibility to experience something that's outside of that box. And most human beings do this in their life, and they're not even aware that they're doing this. And then because human beings are unlimited by nature, they get this desire to experience something more. They get this desire to experience something, but that experience is outside of their allowed box. So they hold this desire, they want this thing, but it's not able to come to them because they're stuck without them realizing it. They've chained themselves literally to the floor of this little box that they're in, and they keep repeating the same patterns and going through the same motions that they've gone through all their lives that keep them in the box. what this does is it shows you, it allows you to see your box, it brings you into the experience of seeing your box and where you're chaining yourself in your life. And shows you exactly how, allows you to break those chains, break out of the box, and step into the unlimited freedom and possibility that is yours and has always been there for you. And it gives you, it's an experiential program, again, and I think it's 2 parts. This program is 2 parts. And it allows you to experience this pure possibility, this pure unlimited possibility. And it's just a fantastic program. So check that out. Definitely check it out. You want to give them the link?
So yeah, if you're on the webcast page, you can just click on Speaker Special Offer. If you're on the phone, you can go to awakentohappinessnow.com/Amy4. That's awakentohappinessnow.com/Amy4. So that you can check it out.
All right, that sounds really good. All right, so I want to bring the collective right back and let them take you into this beautiful guided meditation.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Sound good?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, while I'm getting them, I want everyone to get really comfortable. So, adjust your body. So you can either be lying down, you can be sitting, but just put it into, put your body in a position where you don't feel any stress or strain and you're comfortable. You feel relaxed. Okay, you can drink a little bit of water if you want now, but I'm going to go ahead and get them, and they will then guide you into a beautiful space. I don't know where they're taking you, but it will be good. It's always lovely.
I'm sure.
Hang on. All right. Okay. All right. We're back. All right. So everybody is feeling relaxed. We're feeling? Okay, good. All right. So we want you to focus on breathing, but we're going to breathe a special way. We're going to, if you imagine a beautiful light ball above your head, like a light ball, and it's a big light ball, and it's like a radiant sun. Now breathe in this light, and breathe it in through the top of your head, and flow it all the way down through each chakra point, like down along your spine, all the way down to your lower abdominal area. And when it gets down there, we want you to imagine that it's swirling. Allow it to swirl slowly in a little vortex. So it's going to swirl in a vortex, the vortex of light in your lower abdominal area. Now this is a gently swirling vortex. We're not swirling a tornado down here. And then when you feel you want to exhale, you're going to bring the breath up, like imagine an imaginary front channel, and bring the breath up this front channel and out your mouth, and exhale through your mouth, leaving all of the light in your body. So we're breathing in light, slowing it down, swirling it around, then bringing the breath up, exhaling through the mouth, but leaving all of the light in the body. So here we go. So breathe in through the top of your head, this beautiful light breath, and flow it down, 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 all the way down through each chakra point, down to the lower abdominal area, and allow it to swirl in this beautiful vortex. You might feel the light and the energy swirling there, or just imagine it swirling there. And it's lighting up your belly. And whenever you feel ready, you can bring the breath up to this front channel and exhale through the mouth, leaving the light in the body. And once again, breathe in through the top of your head, beautiful light-filled breath, and flow it down, 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 all the way down to the lower abdominal area. Allow it to swirl in this beautiful vortex of light, filling the lower abdominal area with this beautiful light. And as it's swirling, allow the light to overflow the vortex and flow out and down into your legs, filling your legs with light. and flowing out into your trunk area, filling your trunk and all the organs in there with light. Now, we want you to breathe out whenever you're ready, so just breathe out this front channel, bring the breath up, and exhale out through the mouth. But leave all of the light in your body. And once again, breathe in through the top of your head, and slow the breath down, down, down. Slowly breathe down, and filling the lower abdominal area with this beautiful breath filled with light, and allow it once again to swirl in this vortex. And allow the light to overflow again. And brighten up your legs even more, flow up into your trunk, brightening everything up in more, brightening up every organ, everything's filled with light, bright, 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 filling and brightening up all the muscles in your back. And you feel any tension releasing. It's just letting go. As the light fills the area, everything just releases and comes into like alignment with this beautiful light. And whenever you're ready to exhale, you bring the breath up the front, exhale through your mouth, and once again, breathe in through the top of your head, this beautiful light-filled breath. Blow it all the way down to the lower abdominal area, and allow it to swirl in the beautiful vortex of light. Once again, constantly filling the beautiful vortex of light with even more light. And again, let the light overflow, and let it flow out and up and out down your arms, filling your arms with light this time. All the way down to your fingers. Your fingers and your hands are glowing with light. Your arms are glowing with light. Everything's glowing with light. And your shoulders and the back of your neck, light, light. Any tension is just gone. As soon as the light reaches that area, just gone. Gone, gone, gone. And you're just feeling really good and relaxed and full of light. And whenever you need to exhale, bring the breath up the front and exhale through the mouth. We don't want you to hold your breath so that you turn blue. It's not the idea. And once again, breathe in through the top of your head, flowing the beautiful breath down, down, down to the lower abdominal area. And allow it to swirl, again, in the beautiful vortex of light, filling your belly with even more light. Bright, 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 bright. And this time, as it overflows, it's going to come all the way up and fill your head and your neck and your head with beautiful light, filling everything in your head, brightening up your third eye and pineal gland, brightening up your pituitary gland, brightening up your thymus gland on the way, strengthening every system in your body as the light fills it. And your body's feeling very good. All tension is gone. It's just gone. As the light flows within your body, there's no more tension. It cannot hold the light and the tension at the same time. There can be no more disharmony in your body when the light is flowing. So just feel the light flowing and know and feel and visualize it inside your body flowing. And whenever you're ready to exhale, again, you bring your breath up this front channel and exhale through the mouth, leaving all of this light in your body. Now, we want you to continue to breathe in through the top of your head, this beautiful light, and flow it down to this beautiful vortex in your lower belly, and allow it to swirl, and continue to allow the light to overflow, constantly brightening up every cell. Constantly and continuously building the light within each cell within your body. And until each cell is radiating and sparkling like a star. And now we want to bring your attention and awareness into your body. So imagine that you're diving in, that you're becoming a very, very small little thing. And you're able to dive right in to your heart. You're diving into your beautiful heart, which is lit up and glowing. And as you dive into your heart center, into the center of this beautiful glowing light, this giant light that is in your heart center and your solar plexus, one big light here, you come into like this center. It's almost like you've come into this beautiful light-filled room. And as you're in this room, you'll notice that this room that you're in, you're standing in this beautiful room, that it's an open room, and it's filled with doorways that look out. And nothing is closed. There's no doors. There's all open doorways, and you're in where it's like you're in there, and you're it's so bright. It's like you're at this. It's in this where the source of light is emanating from, and it's so bright. It's just so, you've just never seen anything so bright, and it feels so joyful because it's so bright. As bright as it is, it's also carrying this energy of joy. It's like the light is joy-filled, and so it brings a smile to your face, and you feel this joy in your heart as this light is in there, and you have this smile on your face as you're in there, and you look out through these doorways, and you're looking out into your body. You're looking out from your heart center into your body through these doorways, and what you're seeing is you're seeing all of these sparkling points of light, and you're seeing like so many of them, you can't even begin to count them. It's like this infinite number of sparkling points of light. If you didn't know better, you would think that you're looking at the sky and all of these stars, and you're out in outer space. But you're not. You're in inner space. You're within your own body. And you're looking at all of these sparkling points of light. And as you look at these sparkling points of light, you want to move out into them and just kind of flow around and see what's there. And you realize that each sparkling point of light is your own cell. It's a cell. It's a point of consciousness within you, a living consciousness, a sparkling, light-filled consciousness that is within you, within your body form. And you want to go greet them. You want to speak with them. You want to know them and send them love, each one. So flow out. Allow yourself to just leave, to flow out of your heart center. Flow your consciousness out and start flowing out into where all these points of light are. And imagine that you're able to visit. You're visiting and going around and seeing each one. You're speaking to each one. And as you go to each one, and you stop and you pause, and you visit with a few of them, you notice that it's not that you are speaking and sending a message to them so much. You are feeling tremendous love and appreciation for them, yes. But something is happening. They are sending love to you. They are filling you, feeding you with this amazing love and this amazing power and this amazing nourishment, whereas you thought you needed to give to them. What's happening is they are feeding you. They are loving you with this love, with this magnitude of love, this amplified, this amplitude, this degree of love that you didn't think was possible. And you allow this love, you allow it to come into you. You just feel it. You feel yourself come into resonance with this high frequency of love. And as you do, you just fall in love with each little sparkling cell. And you move from one to the other. And it's like you want to gather them all into your energy arms and hug them all to you. And you have this give and take, this back and forth of love with each one. It's like you're having a love affair with each sparkling cell within you. And each one is nourishing you and is sending you so much love. And you feel so much appreciation for them. And you let them know how much you love them. You just feel so much love for them. And you appreciate them being there, loving you, being within you, living their lives as they are, their consciousness, flowing their beautiful consciousness. Their life is lived with their consciousness, within the consciousness that is you. It's totally amazing. It's like they are living full lives. They are living their life within the consciousness that is your body. And all that they ask from you is that you allow them to live to the beautiful, fullest state that they can, that they allow them to hold the highest light and express their highest nature, that you don't get all tangled up within emotions, that send energy tightness, that restrict their ability to flow all of this light. Because as you notice, as you look at them, you see the light is beaming from each one to the other. It's like they're forming this interconnected net, this interconnected web. They have this beautiful communication, these energy light beams going from one pinpoint of light to the other. Each cell is speaking to the others. Each one is communicating. They've got a beautiful grid that they have formed within you. They have intelligence. They have consciousness, and they know exactly how to live to perfection for you to have the most ideal experience within your experience, within your body, within your experience of life, for you to have perfection. And so all they ask from you is that you remember that they know, that you remember that they know exactly what to do, and that they have all this light, and that they naturally know how to flow this light, how to communicate with one another, and that they know how to live and feel to the highest degree. And all you need to do is to enjoy that, to allow them to feel good, to allow them to express this beautiful feeling, and to allow them to live their conscious little lives. And they are so happy when you do that. And they love you so very much. They want you to feel the joy that they feel. And you can feel it right now. You feel this joy flowing within you everywhere. You feel each cell loving you. You feel the joy and the happiness flowing within each cell. And as you do, you feel it in a way that you've never felt it before. You feel so full, overly full, that what you're noticing is this joy can't be contained within your physical form. It's flowing out of you. It's flowing, it's bigger than you. It's flowing everywhere. Now we want to bring your consciousness back into your heart center. And we want to bring your consciousness back into a whole sense of being in your body. And as you are in your heart center, and as you are consciously aware of your being within your whole body, you are noticing this brilliant light that's shining within your whole body. But you're also noticing that this joy is flowing out of you, and it's flowing outside of you. And as you flow, and you feel this joy expanding everywhere all around you, you're feeling this connection with everything outside of you. And as you feel this connection, you feel and you notice that the light is flowing, it's beaming out of your heart like a big beam. And the same way the light was beaming from each cell, connecting it to another cell, this light is beaming out of your heart. And as you follow the beam of light, you notice it's connecting to another heart. It's connecting to something else. It's connecting to another being. It's connecting to another heart. It's connecting to something outside of you, bigger than you. It's connecting to Source. It's connecting to Source heart. It's connecting to Earth heart. It's connecting to other human hearts. You are not disconnected. You are like the cells within your own body. You are part of a web, an interconnected web. You are connected and flowing energy and intelligence to every single pinpoint of consciousness around you. Whether that consciousness is in human form, whether that consciousness is in Source. Source is filled with pinpoints of light, pinpoints of consciousness, and you are connecting to each one, and each one feeds back to you. And as you stay in this vibration of feeling this love and this joy and allowing this light to flow and feeling the appreciation so much for all of this beautiful energy flowing from you and to you, constantly flowing back and forth, what you notice is everything that you want is flowing to you also, because as you're connecting to everything out there, you're also receiving from all different pinpoints of light. And each pinpoint of light sends you something different. And it all flows. As you want a particular thing and ask for a particular thing, you activate a particular pinpoint of light. And that pinpoint of light is connected to you, and that stream flows to you. So as you feel this beautiful connection, and as you feel this joy, and as you notice all of this beautiful, this beam of light flowing from you, beams of light connecting to you, you feel this appreciation for all of this it's divine, it's this divine receiving, it's this divine giving and loving that you're sending out, and this divine loving and receiving that you're receiving in, all in the same moment. It's an ebb and a flow. It's like a heartbeat. It's like it beats one way, boom, 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 and you're always receiving and giving and receiving and giving, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful, and it's always happening. We want you to just allow yourself to feel it in every moment, to reconnect with this beautiful pulse, the pulse of Source, the pulse that's within you. We want to bring your awareness now back into your body. So bring your attention and awareness back into your heart center and your body. Good. Now feel all the light. See all the light in your body. And as you're in your body, you'll become aware of the blood. Feel the pulse and the blood that's flowing in your body. You'll feel it with a rhythm. It's got a rhythm that goes bum, 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 bum. And the rhythm is an ebb and a flow, an in and an out, a push and a pull. And as you feel this push and pull, you know that this is the flow of the energy within everything. That you are connected to the flow of energy within everything. And you are flowing. You are giving and receiving, always giving and receiving, pushing, pulling, flowing, ebbing and flowing, giving, receiving, always in every moment. So if you ever feel this disconnect from this beautiful pulse of light and pulse of energy flowing within you, and that you are a part of, just find your pulse. Find your pulse in your wrist. And when you find your pulse in your wrist, just listen, just feel it. Just tune into it, and you'll feel the ebb and the flow, the giving and receiving. And as you feel it, allow it to become bigger and bigger until it fills you. And once again, you connect to this giving and receiving, this divine flow within you, this divine flow. And remember, when you connect to your pulse, remember the flow, the beautiful light flowing between each cell, the joy and the love flowing from each cell, the giving and receiving, how you wanted to love, and you love each cell, and they love you back, the giving and the receiving. Always happening on every level and every moment. And remember, the giving and receiving, the larger giving and receiving from your heart, connecting to the heart of Source, connecting to the heart of other beings, connecting to the pinpoints of light within Source, connecting to the heart of the earth, always flowing in every moment, the giving and receiving. As you feel your own pulse and the giving and the receiving, remember this, allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to be reminded and just relax into the feeling of that and the knowing that all is well, that all is always flowing in the giving and receiving. And relax into that knowing. And just allow yourself to be comfortable and just feel appreciation for this beautiful flow, always happening, the giving and the receiving. So now we want to bring your attention and awareness once again back into your body form so that you are aware more of being in your body. And we want you to feel your body within time and space. So we want you to get a sense of your body having the form that it has on the surface that you're either lying on or sitting on. And we want you to feel the weight of your body pressing on that surface, so that surface might feel like it's pressing up against your body. Just feel where that point of touch is. And just bring your attention there, and you feel the form of your body. And you feel the surface. And we want you to bring your attention and your awareness down into your toes and feel your toes. Just feel your toes. And we want you to even wiggle your toes. Become conscious and wiggle your toes. And then flow your consciousness through your body, just checking in with it. You can let it know how much you love it and appreciate it in any moment. Good. And flow your attention and awareness to your fingers, out your arms to your fingers, and even move your fingers gently. Just becoming more aware of being grounded in your body. And feel your energy becoming grounded once again in your body, able to move your body. Feel your breathing, your breath in, your breath out, more ebb and flow, more giving and receiving. Your breath is more giving and receiving. You receive every time you inhale. You give every time you exhale. Everything, your existence, everything is giving and receiving, always. Always. You're always giving and receiving. So now bring your awareness into the space behind your eyes and feel your consciousness in your mind. Become aware of the space that you're in with your eyes closed still. You can even visualize your space. We're going to have you open your eyes in a moment. But just get a sense and visualize your space. You can visualize it if you want to make it look a little better, brighter, cheerier, a little cleaner. Why not? You can visualize your space any way you want. Good. Now bring your consciousness right to behind your eyes. And we're going to count to 3. And when we reach 3, we're going to ask you to open your eyes right into your space. So just get your consciousness there right behind your eyes, and we're going to count now. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes into your space, and welcome back. Now wiggle your fingers and your toes more, and shake your arms out gently, and just come back. And feel the smile in your heart. There's a smile in your heart right now. Allow yourself to feel it. And you probably will have a smile on your face, too, as you do. So, Shefali, are you back?
I am. That was really powerful.
Good, good.
I wish I was lying down.
Now, you see, that's one of the things that you can't do when you have that. You're connected to the computer like that. You can't lie.
That's right. Yeah, but that was very powerful indeed.
Good, good. Well, that's excellent. And what we wanted to really create the experience of, and we think that we did for everybody, is that you're always, everything, in every moment, you're always in this flow of giving and receiving. Life, source, is a flow of giving and receiving. And you can't stop doing that, but you can stop being aware of it. And that's when you start to feel tense and anxious, and you start to feel blocks in your life. Just when you step out of the awareness. And so that's why we want you to use your pulse. So your pulse is a wonderful thing, because you can physically feel it. It takes no focus. Just put your fingers there, feel it beating, and say, oh yeah, and just relax and just feel it. And you'll feel the ebb and the flow, the give and the receive. And it's very easy to tune into that. So we want you to allow your body to help you in every moment. And we want you to allow yourself to tune into this giving and receiving that's happening in every moment. Because it is. And as you do, things will just be so much more easy and more fun, and they'll unfold for you as opposed to you having to work at things. It will just be more pleasant and joyful, and you will just enjoy the journey, which is why you're here.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wow. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Shall we bring Amy back for a moment?
Well, yes, that would be great. Thank you. So we can say bye to her too.
Okay. All right. Well, we have enjoyed speaking with everybody. We love you so much. And know that everything is always working out for you. And you are always in the flow. Always. It's there for you. You just might not realize that you're in the flow, but it's there for you. Always. So we will go get Amy. So hold on one moment.
Thank you so much.
Huh. All right. I'm here. That really felt good. You know what, too? It's funny. I noticed that when the collective were doing the meditation, at one point I felt the same thing. Like I felt the throat really getting kind of like tight.
Right.
And I realized that it had to be the intensity of energy that was flowing, because that was exactly I really think that was the feeling you were talking about. Like your throat just really felt kind of like tight, and it like kind of felt like.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the energy was really, really intense at that point, and I just thought that was very interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When they've done that, when they've done very intense energy things, so it's definitely related to the energy.
Yeah.
So you're feeling good?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Really relaxed, in in the flow, and actually feeling very hot, because you know how I am. So yeah, definitely feeling heat right now. The energy is flowing for sure.
Good.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was really intense. That was powerful meditation.
Yeah. I'm feeling very, I guess, relaxed. I guess would be a good word. I'm smiling really big, and I feel very just relaxed. It just felt really good. Yeah. I mean, my perspective is a little different than yours. I'm not being guided along with. I'm just kind of in the energy of it. It's hard to describe, but I just feel very relaxed. I feel very good. So I'm hoping that everyone is feeling the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they are too. And they're probably feeling so relaxed that they also wish that they were lying down, because I just wanted to lie down. Like, can I just lie down? It's like, oh, so good, because it was strong. It was great. Thank you so much, Amy. That was wonderful.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, the good thing is you can always listen to it on replay, and you can lie down then.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yes, good point.
Yeah. So then so if you didn't get to lie down the first time around, listen to the replay and lie down then. So
absolutely. Yeah. Good reminder. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I would suggest people do that again. Just listen to that meditation again, just so that they can experience it even more.
Yeah. It was really, really powerful. It's so important. Maybe important's not the right word. That's a very mental word. It's so empowering to be reminded of this this interconnectedness that we have all the time to everything, and we're always giving, and we're always flowing, we're always receiving in, and we're always flowing out. We are never alone. We're never disconnected, and we are part of this larger ebb and flow within all that is, and we just need to tune into that. And when we do, we experience then in our experience the working out, that everything is working out, that we experience that divine flow, and it's just magnificent.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we can either allow ourselves to experience it, or we can block our experience of it. And it's much more pleasant when we allow ourselves the experience of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And I just want to thank all of the callers and the people who submitted questions on the Q&A as well. Thank you for those questions, because they help everybody, because those answers that Amy and the collective gave were not just for you, but they were for anybody and everybody, right? So thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely. And it always turns out that the perfect questions get asked that can apply to everybody, and that everybody can, tune into. So even if you don't ask your question, or if you're not sure about your question, and then you're listening to someone else's question being answered, you realize that that you got something answered in that answer also. So it always works out like that. It's kind of magical. But that's part of the giving. That's part of this whole divine giving and receiving, the ebb and the flow, the interconnectedness.
Absolutely.
And
yeah,
the things always working out for you. That's just evidence of it.
And so we all received so much today.
Yeah, it is. We are part of something much bigger than us. Something that our minds cannot comprehend because our minds don't have the ability to hold something that large within it. Our minds are designed to focus in our nitty-gritties. You know, our minds are designed to keep us from walking out in front of the moving car on the street, you know, to keep us moving, you know, in our moments. That's really what they are, so that we can go from point A to point B to point C. But we're best if the point A, point B, and point C are not something that our minds figure out, but that we're inspired to from this larger connection, from this giving and receiving, from this ebb and flow. That those go there, and then our minds are the things that get our feet walking one in front of the other to move us from the point A to the point B to the point C. That's when we really experience beautiful flow within our lives and our experience. And magic. It just seems like magic. Everyone will look at you and say, how are you doing that? How is that always working like that for you so wonderfully? How come things always work out for you?
And that's what we all want, you know, to be living in that flow,
and you
right?
just smile and say, because I allow them to.
It's
things
magic.
are always working out for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the secret, by living in the flow and allowing the receiving and allowing the ebb and flow even, right?
Yes, exactly. It's really an allowing. It is an allowing of a process that never stops, that never ceases, that is always ongoing. We can allow it or we can dam it up. It's like a river wants to flow. We can build a dam and stop the flow, or we can allow the river to flow.
Right.
Now, what happens when you build a dam and stop a river from flowing? It generates a lot of energy, and that energy can be used. And what happens when you stop the flow in your life? It generates a lot of energy, but unfortunately, most of the time, that energy comes into you or shows up in you as then expressed in tension, anxiety. Those things take a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy going on there. But it's just not energy being expressed in a way that feels good. You don't have to have that expression or that experience. So as you allow the flow, you're going to, it's just, things will just work out and you will just enjoy. And you're really here to enjoy life, to enjoy the journey. And your enjoyment is not contingent upon or conditional upon conditions. It's not conditional enjoyment. Enjoyment is a state of being. It's something that comes from within you. It's a state of connectedness within you and connectedness to all that is. It's not related to what you're doing or what you have in your life. That is a recipe for misery because conditions change.
True.
Conditions are they're short-lived. They're conditions. So whether the condition is another person, a situation, or a material thing, doesn't matter. If your happiness and joy and fulfillment is connected to those things or people, it's short-lived. It's not assured. It's not constant. It's not. You feel, you're going to feel unsettled if your joy and your happiness is connected to a car and the car breaks down, or connected to a house and your house burns down, or connected to another person and they're in a bad mood, or they leave you or something. All of a sudden, your joy is gone. So, yeah. And so the joy that you want, the happiness that you want, the flow that you want, the receiving that you want, is from something beyond that. It's not conditional. It's called unconditional or beyond conditions. And when you connect to that, you're just, that's it. Then the conditions will show up to match that. The beauty, you will have amazing conditions show up in your life because they will match your vibration. And you won't have to work so hard at the conditions. You'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll be pleasantly surprised that as you relax and move into states of allowing and just being happy and appreciating, that then all of a sudden things flow to you that you wanted. And that you'll also be able to notice that things that are maybe not so pleasant might show up, and you can connect them back to when you weren't allowing that yourself to be connected to the flow, when you were blocking the flow, when you were feeling tense or anxious or upset about things. There's a direct correlation going on there always. And the more that you can allow yourself to be informed, like the more you can connect the experiences that are showing up in your life with how you were feeling and what you were allowing to flow energy-wise within you in any moment, the more awake and aware and knowing you'll be. It's more insight you'll have. It's, oh yeah, okay, I see how that happened. I see how that I was that way and that generated that. And when I'm this way, I generate this. So I'm in alignment with this when I'm this way. So therefore, if I seek to be in this energy, in this alignment, and to just relax into the receiving and the giving and feel good, then these types of things will flow to me. So that's what I want to do more of. So so your life will be informing you in any moment. Your body will be informing you in any moment. You just have to be tuned in to listen. You just have to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to be more aware, right, of what's going on.
Yeah. That's awareness. It's awareness. That's you can call it awakening. You can call it awareness. You can call it whatever you want. Yeah. It's awareness. It's tuning in, and the more you do, the more you do that, the more your ability to do that will increase, and you'll be able to tune into more subtle energies, and these things that these other. Or we could say other senses, if you want to call them that, will become more awake within you. You become more aware of them. They've always been there, but you've just not been tuned in at that level. So all of a sudden your intuition will wake up more. Your sense of knowing, you will just know what to do. You'll have more sense of clairvoyance. You'll have a sense of even telepathy, knowing you'll know if someone's, something's going to happen. You'll have more sense of deja vu, because you kind of sensed that was happening, and then when it shows up, I knew that, or I've been here before. But it was, were you really there before, or did you have such a clear sense of, knowing that it was like you experienced it before? So all of these other senses and things you'll get a more vivid experience of them too.
Wonderful.
More a part of your daily moments. Yeah.
That brought us back to our first question of the night. So long ago, but that's a full round circle, or what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Yeah. I know. I was just thinking about that when I answered that. Yeah. So and there we go. Ebb and flow, giving and receiving.
Yep. No, this is great, Amy. I mean, we talked about it so much tonight.
Giving and receiving is a cycle.
Yeah.
And so we just had some more evidence of this cycle, this larger cycle, always happening in everything, right there, in the whole, call. Someone gave at the beginning with a question and received then, but now it came all the way around to more receiving of that, what was opened up there. So it's always happening, and it's happening on so many levels. And all you need to do is to relax into it, to know that it's happening, to know that you're always taken care of, to know that there's something bigger going on, this giving and receiving, this divine flow, ebb and flow. And you can tune into it on subtle levels within your body, by tuning into your pulse, tuning into your breath. You can tune into it in larger levels by looking at the ebb and the flow and the cycles in the sky, the cycles within the stars, the cycles of the planet. Day, night, ebb, flow, and the seasons. It's always happening. There's always the flow. There's always the cycles. And it's right there for us to see and notice. And it's so interesting how much we don't see it. That is always, it's amazing how much we don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, we're just not aware. We're focusing on other things, right?
Yeah, we get, and that's what our minds do. We get lost in these nitty-gritty little details, and that's literally what happens. It's like going to the beach, and instead of enjoying the experience of being on the beach, lying on the sand, watching the surf, maybe going in the water, taking in the sun, we get lost in counting the grains of sand on the beach. Right. And if you're looking at the grains of sand, trying to count them, you have absolutely no awareness of the beautiful water, the whole beach, and the sky. You're in the sand.
Wonderful. Wow.
That's what human beings do.
Yep, we do.
We've got to get our heads up, and we've got to realize that we don't need to count the grains of the sand to enjoy the beach.
Absolutely. Good point. Yes, I agree. Wow. Thank you so much, Amy. This has been wonderful.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome, and I have so enjoyed being here with you and with everybody, and bringing the collective through for everybody. And I hope that everybody has expanded and grown and has a new, larger way of just perceiving things in their own life.
Absolutely. I think so, definitely. So yeah, we need to get going because my email is going to go out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I am complete, and I feel really, really,
good.
Wonderful to have connected with everybody. And I just, I want to send a big, big burst of love out to everybody, and I hope you can feel it, like coming, arriving, and coming right into your heart.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you.
Yeah, and check out the special package, and just listen to this again, and just be with this, and just connect with everything that's there for you to connect with, and relax.
Yeah, the special offer again is at awakentohappinessnow.com/Amy4. So awakentohappinessnow.com/Amy4.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Amy. And for those of you in, because it's funny, we had some people on the line from Maryland and Washington, D.C. and Virginia. I'll be there this weekend. Yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow for the weekend. I'll be back in Ottawa again on Sunday night. So wish me luck in the flights. Hopefully there's no delays like I had last time coming back.
Yeah, really. Well,
I was like 14, 16 hours delayed.
Divine receiving, tune into this flow, relax, don't worry about the delays. Know that everything's always working out for you. Relax into it. Focus on appreciating leading up to everything. And just know that it will just flow.
Oh, yeah.
And so if something seems a little amiss, and a little off at some point, like, it might, don't get into worrying about it. Don't project. Just breathe into it. Be with it. And know that it's like damming up the river. It's flowing. You might just be passing the garbage dump on the side of the banks right now, but know that the flowers, the trees are right there beyond it. And don't worry about it. Don't get hung up in looking at the garbage dump.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flow, and it will work out. It will be fine.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
So, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. So thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, and continue to live your life filled with joy, peace, love, abundance, and happiness, and, connect to your receiving and giving like Amy has just taught us, and go back and listen to the meditation again. I thought it was really powerful, wonderful, and check out her offer if that resonates with you as well. So thank you, everyone. Have a great, great time, and we will see you again real soon. All right, ciao, everyone.